All right, guys. I just wanted to add a little more to that video you guys watched yesterday. So you guys looked at the election of 1828, where we saw Andrew Jackson defeat John Quincy Adams in a landslide. So you can actually see uh, some of the divisions. I don't know if you guys studied the map at all yesterday, right? But John Quincy Adams mainly just had success in the north, in New England area, and Jackson pretty much takes the rest of the country. Again, just to clarify, Adams is what is being called a national Republican. That's really the Democratic Republican Party in the way that it's sort of developed, sort of the more federalist influences in the Democratic Republican Party. And then Jackson is actually going to be our first Democratic president. So the Democratic Party actually has its roots in Andrew Jackson, which is kind of what I want to talk about today. So what we're going to see here is something that is going to be called Jacksonian Democracy. So it's around the time of Jackson's presidency, the role of people, and sort of the common people, not the well-educated or not the sort of already politically important or influential people. The sort of other people are being more engaged and involved in government. One of the things that we see change, so the electoral vote, which originally was actually like right, just a group that just sort of made the decision about who is going to be president, that electoral college becomes more tied to the popular vote. So just like today, right, whoever gets the delegates, right, is dependent on the popular vote in a state, right? Whoever gets that number of state delegates. We also see universal white male suffrage. So before you had to own property in order to vote, but now all white males is the first. The election of 1828 is the first election where we're going to see all white males are able to vote. Finally, we've got political conventions are going to be what's choosing who the party leaders are and who the party candidates are going to be, right? So that's what we have today, right? The Democratic convention, the Republican convention this summer will decide who the party candidates are going to be. So all of those changes allow sort of the common person, and I'm going to put that in quotes, sort of, but the common person is allowed to sort of participate in government a lot more. So one of the things that Jackson runs on, he runs on this idea, right, that he's out there to help the common person, that he wants to remove the wealthy and the elites from power, the Adamses, the Madisons, like sort of the modern day Kennedys or the Bushes, right, like the Clintons. Get those people out, get sort of the common people, the regular average Joe in. He wants to restore power to those people, the factory workers, the small farmers. So that's what he's running on. That's the idea that he's trying to force, and that's why he's successful, right? So all these people are allowed to vote, and this is the guy that they want because he's the one who's talking about representing them and their interests. So his win is really a victory for them. He's relatable, right? Jackson himself was an orphan. He was a farmer. He grew up in the West. He was a frontiersman. He's a war hero, right? Battle of New Orleans is where he got his fame. So there's a lot of things about Jackson that make him very relatable, right? He wasn't wealthy. He grew up pretty poor. And this is the first president that's like that, right? Washington, Adams, Jefferson, they all came from wealthy families. So he's new for that reason. He's the first president from the West, and he's also going to do something different. Prior presidents had always been inaugurated inside of Congress. Jackson decides he is the people's president, and he wants to be inaugurated in front of them, in front of a crowd. This is the first time, which we do today. This is the first time the president is going to be publicly inaugurated, which is going to be kind of disastrous. So what you guys are going to be looking at today, after you listen to this video, is an account of Jackson's inauguration from the point of view of this woman, Margaret Smith. She was a Washington socialite, someone who had been living in Washington for a long time. She's very influential. She's wealthy. She's seen a lot of inaugurations of other presidents because, again, she's an influential lady. So she attends Jackson's inauguration having certain expectations, and then describes that inauguration and the events that happen afterwards at sort of the after party. And so that's what I want you guys to read. I hope you guys enjoy it. It is, take your time with it. It's quite the reading. All right, talk to you later.